Dr. Stone. 10 strongest characters. Number 10, Kaseki. The master craftsman that calls the Kingdom of Science his home may not be as useful in combat as the other characters, but Dr. Stone makes it very clear that this old man is still very strong. On more occasions than viewers can count, Kaseki manages to break through his clothing with his shredded physique. While it should be considered that Kaseki's physical strength is played up for comedic effect, his time crafting has surely honed his strength as much as any of the other characters on this list. Kaseki is proof of the fact that strength is not only useful for combat. Instead, it can be used to create something beautiful. Number 9, Kokuyo. While there are a number of meatheads at Sukasa's side, whenever he is given screen time, the Ishigami villagers are given much more time to demonstrate that their strength is supported by more than visual appearances. Kokuyo is the former village chief and earned his position by proving his strength in the village games. Though his strength may have deteriorated a bit with age, when given the opportunity to fight back at the Sukasa Empire, Kokuyo doesn't shy away from the front lines. With a weapon of science in hand, Kokuyo is as strong as any of the meatheads fighting for the Sukasa Empire. Number 8, Nikki. Though this character was only introduced in the most recent episodes of Dr. Stone, she has demonstrated an incredible amount of physical strength. When confronted by Taiju, Nikki nearly forces the meatiest of meatheads to stop talking with her brute strength. A short flashback to before the petrification shows Nikki training in what appears to be jiu-jitsu. With her brute strength and martial arts training, Nikki will surely prove to be useful as the Stone Wars progress. Number 7, Ukiyo. Ukiyo may be one of the scrawniest looking characters, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he is an extremely talented and powerful warrior. Only those who have ever tried to pull a bowstring can fully understand the strength hidden behind Ukiyo's slim character design. Beyond his strength as a warrior, Ukiyo demonstrates an incredible strength of character when he lies directly to Tsukasa's face in the most recent episode of Dr. Stone. The will it takes to withstand the narcissistic attitude Sukasa embraces when it is clear that he is contradicting himself demonstrates a strength of character that few others have shown in Dr. Stone. Number 6, Hyuga. Hyuga is Tsukasa's most powerful ally, but his strength is a bit too reliant on his weapon of choice for him to get any closer to the top of any list. It is made very clear that when Hyuga is given the chance to enter combat with his Kudeari, he may very well be unstoppable. During the first raid on Ishigami village, Hyuga takes on Kinro, Magma, and Kahaku with his specialized weapon and manages to fight each of them to a standstill. Fortunately, Senku accounted for Hyuga and his rigged staff and used science to break the weapon. Without the Kudeari, Hyuga was no more than a strategically sound combatant that was forced to flee when confronted by the strength of the Kingdom of Science. Number 5, Magma. The resident meathead of Ishigami village has demonstrated his strength for 2 consecutive years in the village games. If it weren't for the interference of Kahaku and Senku, Magma would easily have won the position of village chief. Once Magma swallows his pride and joins the Kingdom of Science, he demonstrates his incredible physical strength by saving Senku during their expedition to find tungsten. If Magma could embrace the scientific method and learn to think strategically, he could very well top everyone. Unfortunately, until he does that, his only strength in combat is his muscle mass. Number 4, Kinro. Kinro is one of the strongest warriors in Ishigami village. Even before Senku constructed him a pair of glasses, he managed to cement his spot as one of the village's strongest members. Furthermore, Kinro always sticks to his convictions with a strength that few others can manage. While most are pulled over to the Kingdom of Science after a single act of kindness, Kinro sticks to his convictions and remains loyal to Ishigami village far longer than viewers might have expected him to. This combination of conviction and combat strength makes Kinro a dangerous foe to meet on the battlefield. Number 3, Kahaku. After defeating Magma during the village games, Kahaku cemented herself as the strongest warrior in Ishigami village. This means that until Senku began releasing people from their petrified states, Kahaku was the strongest warrior in the entire world. Kahaku is the prime example of a warrior who combines both skill and strength to increase their effectiveness on the battlefield. Her only weakness comes from diving headfirst into battle without first assessing the strength of her opponent, though this can be excused, considering that she was at one point the strongest warrior in the known world. Number 2, Taiju. The protagonist of Dr. Stone is practical above all else. That is why the person he first chose to awaken from their petrification was none other than Taiju. His old acquaintance is as strong-willed as he is physically capable, which makes him the ideal partner in this post-apocalyptic stone world. It doesn't seem to matter what situation Taiju finds himself in, he always manages to maintain his convictions and continue pushing forward. Even when separated from Senku for a year, his loyalty never wavers because of the strength he holds within himself. The strength of his character far exceeds the strength of his muscles. Considering the physical accomplishments Taiju can lay claim to, that says quite a bit. Number 1. Sukasa. The strongest high school primate didn't earn this title for no reason. He earned it because his strength extends into the realm of the supernatural that anime characters like Goku and Saitama live in. In the most recent episode of Dr. Stone, the leader of the evil Sukasa Empire pulled a tree out of the ground with one hand before tossing it like a spear. On a completely different occasion, Sukasa defeated a wild lion in combat. This character is so powerful that Senku is forced to put his original scientific plans on hold so that he can create weapons. It's an irony that Sukasa fails to recognize, but viewers would be wise to consider.